The big question you need to ask yourself every day is, do I own a job or do I own a business? And unfortunately, the majority of contractors out there own a job. That's right, they're a slave to their own business. But the other side of the fence is so much greener, it's so much better, and that's when you're finally fully in control of your destiny, your freedom, your time. And that's what Contractor Secrets is about. It's about taking back our time, building a business with systems, standards, values, procedures, putting yourself in the driver's seat. And that's what it's about. So I'm excited. I'm happy to have you here. Let's dive into the Contractor Secrets podcast. All right, so I want to give you guys some sound foundational advice in your business. And I think that if you have a strong foundation in your business, it's like building your foundation on concrete slab, and I love that. But if your foundation is weak, it's kind of like building it on sand. As a business owner, now, once you've made that transition from an employee to a business owner, you're responsible for every aspect of your business. And if you're paying your people under the table, if you're kind of just writing checks, blindly, that's a sand foundation. That is a foundation built on something that is weak at the bottom. And for all of us, our goal is to grow. Our goal is to succeed. So I'm going to give you some foundational tips that are going to kind of make it easy for you to make that transition. Number one, you need to invest in an accountant. Stop trying to do QuickBooks. A lot of you guys who are, in the trades and whatever business you're in, you didn't go to accounting school. And that's not to say that you're not good at it, but it's always changing. What I've realized about hiring an accountant is I actually make more money on what I save in taxes because of what they know than it costs me to pay them to do the service. Now, if you follow me on that, it's a no-brainer. Not only that, if you hire an accountant, it's actually a deduction. So they'll tell you about deductions. If you don't already know what those are, we have deductions in our business, and essentially deductions come off of what we're taxed on. So those are some things that you should know about hiring an accountant. It's an awesome investment. In most cases, you can hire an accountant that does both bookkeeping and accounting, which are two separate things. Bookkeeping is making sure that whatever it is you spend in your business bank account gets categorized properly. That's bookkeeping, and they do that on a month-to-month basis. Now, if you have accounting, that's filing taxes, making sure that you're in line with your legalities, that sort of thing. So if you find a firm that does both, you can expect to pay anywhere between $200 and $350 a month for this service, which is by far probably the best investment I made in my business. So stop trying to do it yourself. You're probably not maximizing, and it's costing you time that you could be spending focusing on growing your business. So I 100% believe that you need to outsource the accounting to a firm. So if you haven't been doing that, reach out to a local firm, do some interviewing, find out what it's going to take to get you on board with them. Now, next, the second foundational principle is payroll. If you're working with subcontractors, totally think that the majority of you should transition to employees. Now, in some cases, I do believe that subcontracting is great, specifically for those of you up north who kind of rely on the seasons and really don't want that responsibility to keep people busy throughout the cold months. I get it. But a majority of you guys should be operating with employees. Now, the biggest thing that scared me in the beginning was the fact that I didn't know how to pay local taxes. I didn't know who to send the money to. I didn't know how to calculate how much to send the money to, and it was super confusing. So I found a payroll company. I initially found a payroll company called Paychex, and Paychex essentially made it really easy. They set up everything, they onboarded my employees, and all I did was tell them how many hours each person worked, and they just took the money right out of my bank account. Now, what I then realized is that I could save a bunch of money by signing up with a company called Gusto. Now, Gusto is by far the best investment I have made in terms of payroll so far. Really, the initial onboarding was probably the hardest part, and they help you with it. But after that, all I got to do is punch in the hours myself and hit the send button, and it's under $100 a month. And it really just depends on how many employees you have. It would probably be way cheaper if you only have 3 or 4 guys. What's really cool about it is not only do your employees get direct deposit every single Friday, they also get a login to access their payroll, access their pay stubs. Now, let me tell you how important this is, guys, because I really care about my employees. I want them to grow in their life, in their endeavors. I want them to be able to get mortgages, cars. I want them to be able to excel, because if they're achieving their goals in their life, they're going to help us achieve our goals in the business. So if someone came up to you as a business owner and said, hey, man, we're really trying to get a family car, we're having a baby, I'm really trying to, see if we can prove our income. Do you have anything to help me? What would you say to that employee? I mean, what would you say to that person working for you? Well, I can give you a record of all the checks I wrote. Well, unfortunately, that person's not going to be able to get a loan if they just have proof of checks and deposits. It's very rare. And I know this because I used to be a loan officer, and people don't accept that for loan qualifications. So for me, they always have a pay stub. They have something on paper that they can give to whoever's trying to give them a loan so they can exceed. I've had guys buy cars. I have guys getting mortgages now. These are things that were goals of mine. And I know as a business owner, this is my responsibility. And if you're concerned that this may cost you money, well, again, this is an investment, not on paper where you could see the dollar amount return. This is an investment in your people, in the people that work for you, in your employees. That's my advice. So these two foundational principles are what's going to help you. And you need to stop thinking these things as an expense. Start thinking them as investments. The first type is definitely a financial investment. And the second one I told you is an investment in the people that work for you. So get your foundation right so you could grow your business nice and high. This is Tanner with Trade Thrive. You guys know I love giving you great advice. If you've gotten anything out of what I've been sharing with you lately, please head over to tradethrive.com. I encourage you to watch the automations training I have there. It's going to blow your mind. It's an awesome system. We hook you up with a CRM. We hook you up with automated communication. You don't need an office admin, okay? If you've thought about getting one, you don't need one. I have a company that's achieving almost $1 million in a year, and I still don't have an office admin, and it's because I have automations, guys. Super cool. Head over there to check it out. Thanks for watching. Hey, I just want to take a second to thank you for joining me here on the Contractor Secrets podcast. I'm just going to take this opportunity to let you know that my passion is coaching people, helping people. I've changed my Instagram name to @contractorcoach, and I did that because that is my passion. I want to help you. So please reach out to me. If you have an issue going on in your business, send me an email, find me on Instagram, message me, and let's do a breakthrough session. I want to work through your problems in your business to help you get to that next level. And one thing that I always say is this, the difference between those that get over the humps and the hurdles in business is just a change in perspective. And that's what I plan to offer you. So get with me, message me, allow me to help you take your business to the next level.